All right, guys, we are on a demo ride.
All right, what do you want to buy?
Something sounds familiar. So anyway, we're going to hang out here for just a little bit. We are on a GSXR 750. Definitely not the first time we have seen this particular machine. Well, maybe not this exact machine, but one that looks very much like it. So we get to hang out today. I am good, yes sir. Go ahead and get the gloves on as we scramble to not hold everybody up. Alrighty. Here we go. You know what's funny is riding this bike as a demo bike. Everything is a little bit, set up kind of loose. So I don't want to mess with it too much. Oh, that sounds familiar. All right. And as always, before we go any further, I got to send a huge shout out to Hunter, Tommy, and the rest of the gang at Stubbs Cycles for hosting the Suzuki Demo Day. And I get to spend a little bit of time with an old friend. This is a 2025 GSXR 750. And of course, catching some kind of feels with this machine. But we got all kinds of different bikes out. There's the new Suzuki GSX 8T. Yeah, we're gonna be doing, There you go. Yeah, we're doing staggered. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna be doing slow ride, as you would expect. This is not going to be anything crazy exciting, but this is what it looks like whenever you do one of these demo type days. Pretty laid back, definitely not track type of an environment. We're out here in the real world with these machines. Yeah, this GSXR 750 feels so familiar. Not really sure what route we're on, so we're just going to fall in line here. Oh, all right. So not too exciting of a ride, but I do want to bring you along for the ride. And I gotta say, it's really nice being back on GSXR 750. I do miss this bike, and there's something just so familiar, very at home feeling with this bike. A lot of it has to do with the sound of it. I don't think I'm going to be able to really wick this thing up for you guys, because obviously these are just quick little demo ride. Try not to get ran over during this demo ride. Yeah, something so familiar about the way this bike rides. Now look, you can want for a bike with some updates, and I get it. There's a lot of folks that would say that this motorcycle definitely needs a little bit of love in that area, but I gotta say, I don't know how you could update this bike and retain the character. That's going to be the tough part. I'm not so sure that you could. Maybe you can. I mean, it's not that upgrading it removes character necessarily. But it's kind of like a recipe, you don't start adding or taking away from something that already is known to be really good. And that's where the GSXR 750 does come into play. A bit more old school in its approach. Lower seat height makes it very easy to manage in slower speed scenarios. And of course, I mean, it's a GSXR 750. I mean, what more can you really say, right? No quick shifter, but I will say this, no quick shifter, but the shifter is very direct feeling. And I mean, if you're not gonna have a quick shifter, you might as well have a shifter that is very good, right? Like the shift action is very positive on this bike. And you know, for a lot of folks, okay, let's think of it like this. My 636, the only real gripe that I have with that bike is the quick shifter. You know, folks talk about technology and making the technology or bringing these bikes into more of a modern technology type of scenario with a TFT screen or quick shifters or whatever. You know, the funny thing is with that, it's only great when it works. And you know what I found with that 636, you know, I'm putting a lot of work into that bike to, how do I put this, to fix some of the flaws that it's got. And one of the glaring issues with that bike is the quick shifter. So much so that, now I'll be honest with you, I would almost rather the bike didn't come with a quick shifter. I mean, if it's not going to be any good, you may as well not have it. And that's kind of where I'm at with that. Technology is that, you know, it's only good when it's good. And there are some bikes that have phenomenal quick shifters, don't get me wrong. I mean, a GSXR 1000 is really good. The Hayabusa is exceptionally good. Most of the bikes now are pretty good. It's just that you get the sense with the Kawasaki that you're messing around with some transitional technology or something like that. It's just not exactly as good as it should be. And because you don't get that really guttural, nostalgic, old school hot rod sport bike feel with a clunky quick shifter, I don't know. It just makes... God, it just makes the GSXR 750 that much more attractive of a bike for a lot of folks. And look, I get it. There's a lot of folks that are out there that would agree with that sentiment. Love the way these bikes sound. But I guess the big question is, I mean, would I go so far as to let the 636 go to get another GSXR 750? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The GSXR 750 is a great bike, but I don't know that it's a greater than bike than the 636. But maybe there's room for both. The latest in terms of technology middleweight versus the oldest in terms of technology middleweight. Maybe I can make a case for that. We are going over some rough streets, and I gotta say, this is the one area where the GSXR 750 has an advantage over the 636, and that is that the suspension is, how do I put this? It feels like a bit more purposeful. You know, like it feels more sport bike-ish. The 636 is set up pretty soft. Whereas the 750 is a little bit more firm. Did you hear my voice back there? Firm. Oh, goodness. No, it is, though. It is set up a little bit more firm from the factory. So, is one better than the other? Not necessarily. I will say this, though. If you're a heavier guy, the GSXR 750 is more the bike for you. And it's not a power thing. It's not because it makes more torque or whatever. mean, that helps. But the main reason for it is just the suspension is a bit more capable for heavier pilots. I'm experiencing intrusive thoughts right now. The GSXR 750 is just such a great bike, such a good throwback machine. It does need a little bit of updating, but luckily that's not anything that the aftermarket can't manage. Little exhaust, maybe a quick shifter, get rid of these mirrors. Yeah, maybe that needs to take place. Maybe that'll help bring this thing up to spec, as they say. I think there is just nothing like the sound of a GSXR 750 though. It just, I don't know that this is going to come over. I'm going to go ahead and lift the lid on this thing. God, the intake growl is just so addictive on this bike. It truly is. Part of that old school appeal, right? GSXR 750, how I love you so. I do miss having one of these bikes, I have to admit, and it is in the right color. 2025 GSXR 750Z, so in the traditional blue and white. One thing I do like is I love looking down at the gauge cluster and seeing that analog clock. And see, that's okay. So here's the thing. I like the analog clock. And it's, for me, it's either have an analog clock or have a TFT. I don't like any of these hybrid systems. I mean, I'm saying that, and there's, you know, an LCD portion of this, but I think you understand what I'm getting at. I don't know. If you're going to have an LCD, you might as well have a TFT. What's the difference? I mean, the technology can't be better, could it? I don't think so. Especially at this stage of the game. I mean, everybody's gone to TFT. It's almost, I wonder if it's more expensive to have an LCD at this point. Just from a, you know, cost of manufacturing point of view. Probably not. But I do like how these are set up. You know, I never really messed with suspension settings on my bike, on my 2025. God, I've got so many miles on GSXR 750s too. I've got over the years, what, just not quite 50,000, probably about 44,000, something like that. A lot, a whole lot. There we go. Heading back to the dealership now. But here we go for a demo day. And the other thing too, there is a lot of traffic, so obviously can't do too much. Can do that though. very fun. And it feels so funny pulling back into the dealership. Normally I go back here and do my little roundies on the MSF course. Definitely not doing that today. And there we go. Demo day number 1 ride in the can.